All right, so sorry, this is the recap video of today's Google Hangouts. So how can I recap what happened today? So we started off in period D and E, and what happened? Oh, if you don't know, today was Wild West Wednesday, and so we started off with some technical issues. I'm sharing two screens. I'm trying to work two screens at once, and I was having some issues with that, so I was a little late to post the link. Then what happened was Ms. Pellegrino had a Google Hangout at the same time I did, so we were just chatting about life for a little bit, trying to kill some time while Ms. Pellegrino's class finished. And then when they got there, we were able to do some math. And then B period happened later in the day, and there was no real glitches, and we had the full half hour, so we got a little bit more done then. So the way these videos are going to work, you are going to be looking for or watching the video, and at some point during this video, I want to throw in the tagline. And you have to, it's not going to be at the beginning, it's not going to be at the end, maybe it'll be towards the end, towards the middle, towards the beginning. I'll say the tagline, and you have to email me back the tagline. So just watch the little video and see what you missed. A couple things just about school that you might have missed is that if you notice, my beard has been growing longer and longer, and my hair with this little bandana here has been getting longer and longer. So my goal is, as I put my thing back on here, my goal is, if I can do it, there's 5 weeks left of school after this week. My goal is to keep my beard growing and my hair growing. And on the last hangout of the year, I'm going to get some buzzers and put down some cloth and plastic, and I'm going to shave the beard and shave my head for you guys in celebration of distance learning being over. So that's kind of cool. Other math, school-related things that I talked about today was the following. Keep looking out for Miss Check sends this schedule out, and you can see it's a running document with all your teachers, so it has what you're doing for all your subjects. Mine I will update as we go, so there'll be an assignment here tomorrow, and then Friday's hangout scheduled there, and then you also have for all your core classes your hangout schedule here. So you can see Ms. Boyle and Ms. Pellegrino doing their hangouts tomorrow morning. Mr. KR is doing some in the afternoon, and there was a little double booking confusion with mine today, so I apologize for that. But this is this is a good document to continue to reference that Ms. Check sends out in the beginning of the week. So keep using that as we go. So let's take a look at some of the math that we did today. So we looked at the quiz, and particularly with the quiz, we looked at the questions that people had the most problems with. So one of the questions people had the most problems with was number 4. So the number 4, the question was basically this, and I'll tell you that 55 only 55% got this right, and the most popular right answer was A, 2. What's the question asking? It says, how many of the 10 students missed the same number of questions on both tests? So what that means, an example of the student that did this is this person here. 5 wrong on the pre-test, 5 wrong on the post-test. That is one person. Another one is here. I'm going to ask you to pause the video, and so that's 2, but there's more than 2s. Pause the video for a second. See if you can figure out what the correct answer is. Hopefully you put 4 because you have a 3, 3 here and a 7, 7 here. So there's 4 possible answers. The correct answer is B. Another one that a lot of people got wrong was number 10. So let me scroll to that. Number 10, only 50% of the people got this question right. This was a 50% correct question. The most popular wrong answer was actually D10. So basically we're looking for the slope. So when you do your line of best fit, you get something like this. And if you look at pretty points here and here, you're looking for your rise over your run. And it looks like it's 1 over 1, but it's not, because this is not worth 1, not worth 1. This is actually worth from 20 to 30, 10. So your rise is 10. And your run from 100 to 200 is how much? It's 100. So you would actually write your slope as 10 over 100. So now take a second. What's the right answer? Hopefully you said 1/10 in C. Another one people struggled with was number 16. Only 42% of the kids got this question right. So it had to do with, so this is 42% got it right. The most popular wrong answer was C. A lot of people thought the slope meant that 10 cents for every 100 miles. But if you look, this is mx plus b. So your m is equal to 0.1 or 10 cents, right? So, but it's always an assumed 1 underneath. So 10 cents over 1 is 10 cents, not every 100 miles, but 10 cents every 1 mile. When you're 10 cents for every mile you're flying, it looks like. So the correct answer was D. The other questions that people struggled the most with was from the Desmos, and we're going to take a break from Desmos as we go to scatter plot, two-way tables. But here's what the correct answer should have looked like. So for the Desmos question, you had to use this plus symbol to put in your table, hopefully put in all the right data points. Once you had the data points, you wrote in your equation, and then the first question was, what is your slope? And I can tell you that only 46% of the people got this right. And the question was, it closer to 5, 6, or 7? So now if you look down here for the M and the B, is it closer to 5, 6, or 7? Yeah, it's closer to 6, right? That was the correct answer for the slope. And for the B value, oh wait, I messed up. I don't want to do that because now I messed up the numbers. For the B value, only a third of the people got this. The closest number that I gave you for a choice, what's the B value? 62. So that's basically what you missed as far as us going over the quiz from yesterday, the last 2 days. The other thing you missed is we started to take a look at two-way tables, and we looked at, where was it? Here. Wait, that was the Yanni Laurel stuff. So two-way tables, let me show it to you here. Yeah, it was part of this video. Wait for it. Yeah. Hold on, I'll show it to you. So here's what a two-way table does. And you watch this on your own, hopefully.
How's it going? My name is Mr. Milanese, and today we're...
Okay, so the two-way table looks like this. So basically what it does is it compares two sets of data. So this is comparing boys and girls data versus made or missed shots. And what this class did was they took a moment and they threw not koosh balls, but paper balls.
Got into this epic game of trash-ball, and we kept track of how many people...
If we were to do this in class back in our classroom, we would have done this same thing with koosh shots, one-pointers. I think last year, actually, as a whole, the girls shot better than the boys. But unfortunately, we're not in the classroom. But basically, like for example, in this will tell you how many girls missed their shots. Girls missed 9. Think about it now. How many boys made their shots? 7. How many total girls were in this classroom? 15. And then the other question might be like in the entire, so the totals here, that last column, made shots would be 7 plus 6 is 13, 11 plus 9 is 20. And then he goes on later in the video to change these all to percentages. So basically that's what tomorrow's lesson is going to be on. So I briefly showed some of the data of your Laurel versus Yanni video. So if I go here, and then, well, we were looking at the color of the dress. So if I go Laurel, Yanni.
Do you hear Yanni?
Laurel.
Or Laurel?
Laurel.
Laurel. A recent Twitter poll.
So I'll tell you, I hear Laurel every single time. He goes on later to describe why. It depends on the device you're listening to and the frequency. It also depends on how old you are. So he'll tell you that this part, the older you are, like myself, this old man here, the more likely you are to hear Laurel. Younger ears hear Yanny, and some people can hear both. So then he also goes on to say, it also has to do with pitch. I think if he changes the pitch, I forget where he does that in the video. Oh, right here.
Down and up. When you listen to it brought down 30%, you will hear Yanny. 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 But when you listen to it with the pitch brought up 30%, you will likely hear Laurel. Laurel. Laurel.
Oh, by the way, today's tagline is Wild West related. The tagline is, "Hey, dude." Again, today's tagline is, "Hey, dude."
Your brain has so much.
So basically, as he hopefully got that tagline, the final answer was Laurel, and I think he dubbed over Yanny into it. So what we're going to do tomorrow, and this is kind of where I ended with the other classes, is I took your responses here for boy versus girl, and Yanni Laurel, and I started to collect the numbers, right? Collect the data. So when I counted all the boys that heard Yanni, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe it came out to 7. And if I took the amount of boys that heard Laurel, it was 17. So to get the final total for boys that participated in the data, you would add 7 plus 17 and get 24. So basically, where we're going to go with this tomorrow is a survey question. So at some point today, if you haven't already, I want you to go to the Google Classrooms here. And I posted at 9:14 this morning a Google Forms. And this was the data, but this form right here is what I want you to fill out. So, right, if you're a boy or a girl, and then so far during distance learning, has the workload been using 3 hours as a measuring stick, too much, too little, and just enough? I can tell you that we do have some results already. We're up to 19 responses, and we're getting mostly just enough. So that's kind of good news. So that is kind of, boys and girls, a recap of today's Google Hangout. So I will end by saying I will see you tomorrow. No, I'll see you Friday on Google Hangout World. Today's tagline is, "Hey, dude." And so if you watch this video, please email me with the subject line, "Hey, dude." Bye.